Dear friends, colleagues, journalists and YouTube viewers, I am glad to present you the first issue of the new format of political reviews in English. Every week for 7 till 10 minutes I will tell you about the key events in Ukraine, around Ukraine and in post-Soviet space as whole. Let's go! Today, of course, we will talk about the first visit of the United States Secretary of State, Mr. Antony Blinken, and his Deputy Victoria Nuland to Ukraine on May 6 this year. It should be understood that both sides, Ukraine and the United States, were interested in demonstrating the success of this visit, despite all the problems. After all, both Washington and Kiev understood that this visit should be closely followed in Brussels and Moscow. Based on the course of this visit, they will draw a conclusion regarding the strategy of the new administration in the United States regarding Ukraine. Therefore, both in Ukraine and in the United States, the visit was called successful and productive. Although in the final analysis the visit left more questions than answers, and in Ukraine it is significantly overvalued. The impression was that Blinken and Nuland flew to Ukraine for informational and postal purpose. On the one hand, they will get acquainted with the new team of Vladimir Zelensky, who won in 2018 elections on our guy Petro Poroshenko. On the other hand, sent signals to Russia and signals to the Ukrainian elites. Therefore, the American delegation met more than 30 Ukrainian representatives in one day, which hardly made a detailed dialogue possible. They met power and opposition, parliament and government, public activities. On the other hand, the United States sent signals to the Russian Federation. First, about the continuation of military and political support for Ukraine. The second, about the continuation of pressure on the Russian Federation in the church-religion issue, through the strengthening and support the Orthodox Church of Ukraine in opposition to the Ukrainian Orthodox Church, which in the United States associated with the Russian Federation. Blinken also sent signals to the Ukrainian elites and the authorities. The fight against corruption and the oligarchs, the reform of the judicial system under the control of international experts, the preservation of the system of international supervisory boards in Ukrainian state-owned companies, the refusal to put pressure of anti-corruption structures. This is an incomplete list of United States requirements to the Ukrainian authorities. All these requirements will lead to the preservation of control by the United States and the European Union over key spheres of political and economic of Ukraine. And these demands were received coolly in Kiev. In addition, Kiev was unhappy with the fact that Ukraine did not receive unconditional support from the United States in the process of joining NATO. The visit of the United States President to Kiev was not confirmed also, and the President Zelensky did not receive an invitation to visit Washington. Not a single strategic agreement has been concluded and not a single important document has been signed due to this visit. Therefore, a certain level of mistrust between the administrations of the United States and Ukrainian presidents remained. At the same time, the United States will not yet publicly sharply criticize the Ukrainian government because of the role of the Ukraine in the confrontation with the Russian Federation and the fragility of all political system in Ukraine. Of course, Blinken and Nuland have collected enough information and impressions that will be passed to the President Biden and used during their meeting with Mr. Putin. Thank you, friends, for watching this video. Do not forget to subscribe this channel. In the future will be best.